What's up, everybody? Um, this video may be long because I'm going to try to kind of squeeze two videos into one. So, the first thing is I'm going to discuss my theory on eye color and benders' correspondence with their bending style. And when I say style, I mean their element. And also why I believe Pema and Tenzin's baby, Rohan, is a nonbender. So, and yes, I said nonbender. So, I guess we'll go into the theory first. The eye color theory, just to get you guys up to speed, and this will help you understand why I think that he's a nonbender. So, if you look at benders throughout the Avatar series, this applies to, and I'd say about, I mean this rule has like a few exceptions, and I'll tell you those exceptions. But if you follow those exceptions, this rule is like dead accurate. And I've just kind of discovered this recently. And I feel like a lot of people may have like subliminally known this, but haven't, cognizantly thought about this and like said, "Huh, this is why this is that way." And what I'm talking about is if you look at any bender in the Avatar world, Legend of Korra, the Last Airbender, if you look at them, and then I'll get into non-benders later, but they all have a certain eye color that corresponds with their element. So, firebenders, they have that kind of orangish brown, like copper kind of eye color. You can see it in Azula, Ozai, Zuko. It's classic. All firebenders have it. Any firebender. They all have that kind of brown, that like really golden, not even golden. It's hard to explain because sometimes it looks dark, but sometimes it looks kind of coppery, and it fits their and it fits their bending style. So so now that you know that, and you can go into this with earthbenders. Earthbenders, they all have green eyes. All of them. Every earthbender has green eyes. And I want to point out something before I continue. So in the legend, in Avatar: Last Airbender, the different elements, their respective lands, so Earth Kingdom, Fire Nation, Air Nomads, and Water Tribe, they were isolated. And this basically means that all of their traits, so the dark skin, their hair color, their eye color, would have been like passed down because they were all making kids together. So, but something I want to point out, if you look at Tano in The Legend of Korra, he has white skin and he has black hair, and that is not at all representative of the majority of waterbenders. But if you look at his character, he still has blue eyes. He has like light blue eyes. So what this means is eye color is still it's constant with the element. So if they're an earthbender, they will have those green eyes. They will have those brown eyes if they're those kind of ember brown eyes if they are a firebender. They will have those blue eyes, and the shade can vary, but they always have that color depending on their element. Now airbenders are a little bit tricky. See, Aang's eye color, and Aang's the only airbender we really get in The Last Airbender. Aang's eye color is it's almost a light brown. Sometimes it's gray, but it's a really light, like pale color. It's a really like light color. So we can almost kind of say gray or light brown gray to light brown is what airbenders have. And if you look at Tenzin, and his kids in The Legend of Korra, they all have that same eye color. So, so that should pretty much explain the elements and eye color thing. Now, the other thing is non-benders. Non-benders seem to always have non-benders seem to not follow that rule. So I'm going to explain something to you. If you're a non-bender, you're not restricted to one eye color. It doesn't go, this element has this element has this. The elements each have their own one. Non-benders each have their own eye color. See, it kind of goes like this. This is kind of the rule to this theory, and it works. Non-benders they can have any eye color. Green, blue. I mean, Asami has green eyes. She's not an earthbender. And they can have any eye color, right? So you can see that across both series. But if you are a bender, your eye color has to correspond with your element. So that's the rule. So non-bender, you can have any eye color, but if you're a bender, if your eye color is green, you are an earthbender. If your eye color is that classic firebender brown, you are a firebender, and so on with air and water. So now that we have that out of the way, let's talk about this child, this Rohan child. Now, even though if you were watching Legend of Korra, we could see before the child was born, like earlier in the series, or earlier in book 1, we see Katara, put her hand on Pema's stomach and say, "Oh, I see another airbender." And it's not really sure if she's kind of joking or if she's just, if she's kind of jeering at that, or if she's actually making a legitimate prediction. I'm assuming she's just kind of saying, "Oh, you're gonna get another airbender," kind of a joke. But when the baby's born, now if you look the baby up on, if you don't know how to spell it, it's Rohan. If you look it up on Avatar Wiki or Google, the baby, I'm actually going to go to it right now so I can describe it better. The baby has those kind of sweet green eyes. He has green eyes. So, what? He has green eyes? And he does. If you look at the picture, his eyes are clearly green. They are green. So, what does this mean? This means that the baby is almost certainly a non-bender. Because if you remember the rule, if his eyes are green and he's a bender, that means he has to be an earthbender. And you can kind of think about that for yourself. I'm not going to say specific things, but that's not, no. So, he essentially has to be a non-bender. We can pretty much almost say he's a non-bender. And even if the producers didn't, so Mike and Brian, even if they didn't want this baby to be an airbender, they're probably going, in book 2, maybe for book 2 they went back and said, "Oh geez, this baby, he has green eyes. He has to be a non-bender now. We gave him green eyes." So he's almost certainly a non-bender. Now, I'm not sure when we're ever gonna get confirmation of this, because he was just born, and I think book 2 takes place 6 months after book 1. So he's only gonna be like 6-7 months old. That's not enough for him to bend, I don't think, because Korra did it when she was like a toddler or a small child. So I don't know exactly when we're gonna get confirmation of this. He might just never bend, and then like they'll just say, "Oh, he must be a non-bender." I'm not really sure, but I can pretty much say he's a non-bender. So thank you guys. You can explore this theory for yourself. You can look at the benders. I've done almost every single bender that I can think of. Classic benders, and they all follow this law. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. maybe you will find a bender that breaks my law, and maybe there are some exceptions. But like I said, there is some shade variation. Like there can be, if it's a water bender, they don't have to have those classic, deep blue eyes like a Tara does. But there is some shade variation, but they do have that. They do follow this law. In every case that I've ever seen, they do follow this law. And also remember what I said about non-benders, they can have any eye color. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Like I said, please leave a comment and like the video. And if you really like my videos, then please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. Alright, until next time, guys.